This is Beastiklees! Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to Prey, episode number 5, I believe. Now, you'll notice that this episode is going to be a little bit different than what I'm usually doing because I had a whole episode recorded and ready to go, but my audio, my audio program had decided to fail on me and go right to hell, which made me lose all that audio. So I'm actually doing a post-recording audio. So I'll go ahead and drone on a little bit later. Let's go ahead and find out what more I had to say to myself. How about that?
You're going to like what I have to say next. You have to destroy Talos 1. The research, the Typhon, nothing can survive. Including you. I know how it sounds, but you've seen what those creatures can do. They're a part of you now. If even one cell gets back to Earth, we're lost. I'm sorry. I wish there was another way. January can walk you through activating the self-destruct mechanism. Alex will try to stop you. He's allergic to failure. Too proud to go back to Mom and Dad with his tail between his legs. So, it's up to you now. Good luck. Told you wouldn't like it.
Hello, Morgan. I'm January 2035. I'm an operator. There are many operators aboard Talos 1, but none of them are like me. Over here. I'm your plan B. My first task was to free you from the simulation. Second task was to make sure you saw your video. Those are done. Interesting. New directives are now available to me. The self-destruct protocol for Talos 1 is activated by 2 arming keys. Your brother has the first. You had the second. Alex destroyed your arming key, but you hid a fabrication plan for a new one in deep storage. That's where you'll need to go next. We can worry about getting Alex's key afterwards. The Typhon are spreading fast, Morgan. You'll be racing against them. And your brother. This key card will grant you access to the main lift and all the labs. The main lift is the fastest way to reach deep storage.
Alright, so I'm going to take the time here. She's going to give me a couple of items right here. A key card and I believe a neuromod as well.
You asked me to provide you with more neuromods.
Indeed she did.
Done. Good luck, Morgan.
So I mean, you know, I'm sure if you have a channel yourself or if you've been doing this for a while, I'm sure that you've run into these headaches that I'm as a new channel am coming to grasp with, that every once in a while things don't go the way you expect them to be, and it's really frustrating. But you know, it's also a test on how much you want to do this, and I want this a lot. So you know, instead of just, you know, scrapping an episode and moving on, or just having a silent non-commentary episode, I decided to do a post-commentary or a post-recording commentary to see, you know, what that's like. It's a little bit interesting, actually. So I decided to take some time to get my what was I doing here? I recorded all these episodes and edited before I went back here, so I kind of forget a little bit of what I did in this. Okay, so I decided to create some more med kits. Make sure I was a little bit more topped off, and I don't have enough for ammunition, so I'm kind of SOL on that. Of course, get my saves in, checking around just to make sure there wasn't anything I missed, which, by the way, anything...
I have more autonomy than a typical operator. The contents of the video...
Great, thanks, January.
Only a flesh and blood person could handle the responsibility, I presume. I have your voice. It's a tactic to ease your natural suspicion. I'm sure you realize this. I mention it so that you'll know I'm earnest.
So you'll notice that kind of freaked out a little bit as I tried to interact with her. and I think it's gonna happen not too long here. I think I get into one encounter or something like that. I think I start moving forward, and then I realize that my game's starting to kind of slow down on me. Oh yeah, there's a couple more minutes here, so we can still chit chat a little bit. So yeah, I mean, it's a headache that you know, things didn't kind of go off without a hitch, but you know, it's something you got to work around. So I'm doing my best to work around here, and so hopefully you can appreciate that. Seriously, these little buggers are fast. Either that, or I just need to get better at the whole shotgun thing, or perhaps remember the fact that I have a freaking neuromod enhancement that allows me to slow down time. I should probably be using that a little bit more. But man, do I love that shotgun. It's been like my best friend so far in the little bit of time that I've been playing this right now. So here I'm taking the time just to kind of search around, see if there's any pickups that I can grab. And of course, it doesn't work the way it should be.
Wait, something's wrong. I'm talking to the lift control system. The system is telling me it's fine. It's just the diagnostic code is changing every time I make a request, and something is preventing the car from descending. It's stuck at the top, in the arboretum. I'll see if I can find another way up. Got it. There's a route through the psychotronics lab. Morgan, that lab is where the Typhon broke containment. Be careful.
And naturally, the shortcut has to be the hardest route through.
And airlocks. Answer me. My team's locked down tight here. We need those lifts working. Sam, it can't be a power loss, can it?
I don't think so, Chief. The main lift and all the airlocks shut down at once. It had to be manual.
Damn it. First they leave us
Seriously, sometimes the music cues that happen in this makes me kind of freak out a little bit and think that I'm about to enter combat again.
When I get Earthside. Anyone else on the station, get to a safe area.
Psychotronics.
Check your surroundings. Walls, floor, ceiling. Then seal yourself in.
Of course, getting a save before I go in here.
Be there to retrieve you as soon as we can. Elazar out.
Aha, so right here is where I decided that I needed to restart the game because things were slowing down. So I'll see you as soon as I get done with that. Alright, and I'm back. Just as I had mentioned previously, the game was kind of slowing down on me, and I kind of noticed it first with some of the subtitle prompts were a little bit slow, and there's a couple of other things that were kind of going a little bit slowly on me, so I had to restart the game. Alright, now this fun guy. And of course, I do some idiotic things after this because I realize that he's a different enemy with his abilities, such as this right here. Oh no, I guess I found that out in the last game because I waited. Can't remember what I did in some of these videos. Oh man. I think it was the last episode I ran into these guys that were all glowing purple, and then realized that they have these added area of effect that damages me, and of course, like an idiot, I stood inside of it and just damaging myself. By the way, let me know if you're noticing me doing something or not doing something, and if I'm just making this game harder for myself, such as, you know, my suit integrity. Is there a better way to combat that I'm not getting right now? Am I making it harder on myself? Or was there like a repair station for the suit integrity that I missed? Alright, headed into psychotronics now. wonder if I should cut out some of these loading screens. The loading times are real. Seriously. Yeah, or I could probably, if I have to do these post commentary, I could probably take this time just to kind of put in my 2 cents. So far, I'm really enjoying the game. It's really cool and dynamic. It's I'm kind of getting like a sense of like Dishonored meets Dead Space kind of vibe from it, which is funny too because I've never played a Dead Space game. I've only kind of watched it. There's something about that game that I was kind of like, F that. But, you know, if people tell me it's like, oh man, this is basically like playing Dead Space, then who knows, maybe I'll finally give it a try. And of course can't repair that because I don't have enough yet. Get out my handy dandy shotgun. Of course, we got more of our little buddies moving around here. So right here, I saw this little waypoint, and I thought that I had missed something back there because it says escape pod key. And I thought maybe something had happened that I missed before running into this area, so I decided to be an idiot and go back and get super far and realize that it was just an optional thing. So I'll be right back after I make that sudden realization. Alright, and I'm back again. So yeah, I followed that waypoint, found out that it was something optional and not important to the progression that I was moving forward to. Also, while I was gone and coming back in here, I realized that I have no pistol ammo and very limited shotgun ammo. So you'll notice that I'm carrying the wrench, and I'm about to do this old school. And I quickly realized how stupid of an idea this is. Oh, I just now noticed too that I believe that Mimic was named. And yeah, I'm having like the hardest time. Crispin Boyer. Oh. Interesting. So some of these are actually people. So yeah, so you realize how stupid of an idea that was. So the game tells me, hey dummy, guess what? You can do this. I do like that the game at least allows you to fail, or at least make an attempt and fail, and then basically tells you, hey, by the way, while you're fumbling around here, you can try this. So I go ahead and try that. And I immediately forget that he was back there. Well done, right? And while I wanted to be sparing with my ammo, I proceed to not be. You'll notice I've got 3 in the gun, or 3 in the chamber, or 3 loaded, and only 3 in my reserve. So that's all my ammo, guys. So I see this giant hole in the ground, and for the most part decide to say F that. Seriously, this music really sets some suspense for you. I see this guy and he's fooling no one. And I decide to flush. Remember people, always flush after using the toilet. And down to 5 shots altogether. Once again, came in here, realizing that I didn't have any ammo, and decide not to do as Deadpool would and count my shots.
Psychoscope required beyond this point.
So this is where the game tells me, oh, I do have to go down that deep dark hole. Because it's gotta be down there, right? The thing that I need to progress has to be in the air, in the... Then I find my first mimic tumor that I can actually take. So I went to go check that out. Realized that it can be broken down. And a friendly little med kit, which I decided to use just to top myself up. Seriously, me and the damage that I take, there's gotta be I've gotta be making this harder on myself, aren't I? Oh, and of course this part is kind of dark and I completely forgot that I could be using a flashlight. Which I just now remembered that I have a flashlight on this suit. But no worries, I'll find another glue gun. And a friendly little psychoscope. And we got another little chip set here.
The psychoscope was a breakthrough. A part of Neuromods, it's the most important tech on Talos 1. Use it to scan the Typhon organisms if you want to learn what makes them tick. You invented it, by the way.
January is so cool. Toggle your psychoscope with the right trigger or right analog stick to mark and scan nearby enemies. Scanning Typhon reveals new abilities you can acquire by installing Neuromods. And it gives us immediately how that works. So even when it's disguised, you can still see the mimics, which is definitely going to come in handy later, but that doesn't help me much because I freaking suck at combat right now. Just swing away, man, swing away. Alright, now it's time to progress forward with only, what? I think I've used all my shotgun ammo at this point. I've got 1 shot left in my shotgun ammo, so I decide, okay, you know, let's go ahead. Oh, I decided to drop the other glue gun because I realized I've already got a glue gun, and now that I think of it, and correct me if I'm wrong, I could probably be breaking down those extra weapons, can't I, and getting extra material for crafting. So let me know if, like, I'm going about the crafting, incorrectly, and once again making this harder on myself. And I have no idea where the hell this guy came from, which isn't helping with my, you know, taking so much damage, is that, you know, they just seem to appear. And yep, they definitely are. Do some quick thinking and get a med kit in. And then I finish this guy off. But not before I take a massive damage. I was wasting my medkits. We have ourselves a little operator friend here. I'm not exactly sure what prompted that.
Scanning. Neuroimaging shows your psychoactive potential is at or near peak level.
Alright, and then we move forward here.
Alright, Morgan, I know I can't make you stay put, but you're gonna die down there if you don't listen to me. You need to calibrate your psychoscope. Try scanning the Typhon specimens around.
I get my first look at the alien research neuromods. Kinetic blast. So I kind of take this time to kind of check out some of the available abilities. We have the morph, the telepathy, but it wants us to spend it on the kinetic blast first. It doesn't give us any of the other options right now. So sure enough, we go for it. And it does a huge number on us.
Good. Sending you the code to his... What's happening?
Don't let them do this to you.
Safe and direct to Kallstrom's office. I'm certain he's hidden neuromods there. Use them to install one of the Typhon abilities. Do that, maybe you'll live long enough for me to see your face
Hello,
again.
Dr. Yu.
How does it feel? Do you remember? The first time you said it was like you were outside yourself, like time itself had bent its knee, waiting for you to decide.
Now I'm kind of, sneaking around and being a little bit cautious because I'm pretty sure I had scanned a Typhon earlier, or what I thought was a living Typhon, so I'm almost expecting it to come out and try and attack me, but
Our mission is to lift up
nothing comes out at this point.
the same way.
Side targeting. Some powers are triggered instantly by pressing the L2 button. Some powers are targeted. To stop time and enter side targeting mode, press and hold the L2, use the right analog stick to aim, release L2 to execute a side power on the targeted location, or square to cancel. So I go ahead and take this time to test that. Oh no, this door can't be opened. But this can. Pretty cool. But of course it causes an explosion because of the oil on the ground. And I think I might have taken a little bit of damage from that explosion because I was standing right there. Once again, doing a great job of keeping myself alive, right? Kind of interesting how this kind of douses the fire. Director's office. So I find some optional stuff here, so I decided to take this out and see what I can unlock here. And yeah, I hear the little mimic skulking around. And get out of the way here because that thing's gonna start popping around again.
Morgan, a warning. If you scan enough Typhon organisms, you'll be able to install neuromods that are powerful, but they're the reason we're in this mess. For one thing, the station's defensive turrets will identify you as an alien threat. There might be worse consequences I can't yet see. I don't want you to lose yourself.
So I'm gonna take some time to recycle some of my scrap here. See if I can get something to try and get more ammunition. And then wait for it. See, there's a Typhon skulking around somewhere, but it looks like he's up on the floor above us. But then this happens. So, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging with me through this episode. I hope I did a good job with the, post recording commentary here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out there. And on the next episode, I'm actually going to do some backtracking out of Psychotronics because I need ammunition. I have a feeling that I'm going to be in a lot of combat here, so expect to see that on the next video, me basically just kind of doing a lot of backtracking and salvaging and getting myself prepared to go back into Psychotronics and give these Typhons what for. So I'll see you on the next video, everyone.